Season 2, Episode 4 of Devil May Cry. You know we gotta get into it. Yes, sir. Now, I know it's been a long time since I've done this Now, I know it's been a long time since I've done a watch and review on this show because your boy went out of town last week, kind of backed me up, so give me a little bit of grace. But in the last episode, finally, we got to see Dante and Virgil go head to head, and that was a damn good fight. I mean, they fought, at the Pentagon? They fought at the Abraham Lincoln Memorial. Virgil headed towards Darkcom, and Dante went after them, so they fought at the Darkcom headquarters. Virgil ends up saving Dante because the sniper was about to hit Dante with that paralyzing bullet, and then Virgil ends up getting the best of Dante after Dante stabbed him with his sword. Virgil pulled out the sword, ends up stabbing Dante with it, left him hanging on that big ass projector, and now we got Lady. She's like, you know what, y'all deal with Virgil on your own, after Virgil pulls up on Lady, the vice president, and Arius. So now we got Arius versus Virgil. I can't wait to see what goes down. Do me a favor, like the video, sub to the channel, and I'm gonna get with y'all in a minute. All right, so the episode starts off in a flashback with a young Virgil, and we got Mundus training him, talking about he's gonna make him this killer. He's training with the other demons right now. And he's getting his butt kicked too. He is taking some damage. He's getting sliced in the face. Oh, Mundus is giving him tough love because he's like, listen, the battlefield punishes sentiments, right? And then he punches Virgil. Remember, Mundus is huge. He's gigantic. Could you imagine getting punched by Mundus? Whew, you know he gonna feel the effects of that in the morning. Hey, but Virgil recovers and he keeps going at Mundus until they finish their training. Then Virgil is thinking about all the things that Mundus was telling him about how he has to be strong, how he can't cry, he can't have any feelings, how his mother was weak and that's why she ended up dying, because she just sat there like prey, and Argo Sax is the one that fed on her, and he's the one that ended up ending Argo Sax because he was strong and he didn't have any feelings. So you can tell the emotional roller coaster that's going on with Virgil right now, being conditioned to be this devilish warrior that he's supposed to be. Full video is uploaded on the channel as we speak. So do your boy a favor, watch the full video. I promise you, it will be worth your time because it is damn good entertainment. With that being said, let's continue. So now it flips back over to Virgil and Arius. They're fighting still at Darkcom headquarters and they are going back and forth. I mean, we got Arius. He's throwing all kind of chairs and tables at Virgil, and then Virgil is accusing Arius of aiding the animals that killed his mom, and he admits that he did it. Oh, and right after he told Virgil it was true, he gets one of these boulders using his powers and throws it at Virgil, knocking Virgil into them big ass screens. I mean, blood done came out of his mouth and everything, and he just falls flat. Now, Arius brought up an interesting point. He asked Virgil how come Mundus did not interrogate those Argo Sax followers who tortured you and murdered your mom and just offered them up for you to kill. And then Virgil is like, well, that just reassures me of what Mundus actually said, is that there is a traitor among us. And Arius is like, he is probably at the highest level of the court and y'all still don't know who he is. He's still invisible. All right, so they fighting again. I mean, nobody's getting the upper hand. Uh-oh, Arius is behind Virgil. Oh, boy, he lit up this power ball, hit him in the back, sent Virgil on the floor. I mean, through the floor, shoot. Now he pull out a gun. Oh, Arius done shot at Virgil. Now Virgil is running for his life. We got Arius just bang, 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 bang. Yo, Yo, and now they are just transporting all over the place. They're disappearing, trying to strike each other, but they keep blocking each other. Yo, this fight is incredible. Virgil lands a knee. Looks like he's getting the upper hand. Oh, Virgil was about to slice Arias in the chest, but Arias put him inside of this force field to hold him back. Now Arias is telling Virgil that he is being held by his will since his messenger went to hell to reach out to Virgil. Remember, it was that girl that set herself on fire? He talking about that one. So Virgil did not know that Arias already had the other pieces of the Arcana, but of course Arias lets him know and he says, now I have everything I need to restore Makai back to its rightful ruler. Argo sacks the chaos. All right, so Dante is still hemmed up with his own sword stuck inside of his chest. And it looks like Dante, oh, nope, here comes Lady. I think she gonna pull the sword out. Yep, she is pulling this sword out right now, and Dante falls to his knees. So now Lady, AKA Arkham, is apologizing to Dante, and she's confessing that she knew who the White Rabbit was, and they're the reason why the White Rabbit became the White Rabbit, and they used him as a excuse to invade Makai. So everything was a lie. They're the reason why the White Rabbit ended up becoming rebellious. Y'all seen the first season on how he was a human and he went over there to Makai to try to save them, and he became a White Rabbit. I mean, watch the first season. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So Dante is like, well, if you knew that all of these lies and this corruption and all of this manipulation was going on, why did you stay? And then Arkham is like, well, killing demons is all I know, but today I actually witnessed these families that was in the White Rabbit's building being executed. These innocent families, these children being executed by Banes. So Dante is like, listen, you tried, but I need your help getting Virgil back. And she's like, he tried to kill you. He was like, nah, we always trying to kill each other. And if we really wanted to, we would have destroyed a lot more than these little ass buildings. And then Arkham is like, fine, I'll take you to him. So Arias still has Virgil hemmed up in that force field, and he takes his sword, slices Virgil's neck. So blood is dripping down the sword. Remember, that was the last piece they need for the Arcana, and he tells Virgil, look, you are going to see Mundus for who he truly is. You think that he is just this awesome leader, ruler of Makai, but he is not. He's been having a strong hold on Makai for a long time, but I'm glad you're going to be alive to see him. Uh-oh, here comes Dante and Lady. Dante already got his gun drawn. He says, I've been meaning to tell you something. Right here, points at his gun. Oh, he is shooting Arias. Arias lets go of the force field. Virgil gets his sword. Oh, off went Arias's arm. Yo, Arias is bleeding all over the place. Oh, all right, Virgil goes in, attack again, but the redhead lady with the masquerade mask blocks it. And now we got all these boulders coming down, and then Arias opens up a portal, and him and that redhead lady go through the portal. They have disappeared. So then Virgil opens up a portal of his own, and him, Dante, and Lady go through it. So Arias is getting treated for his arm that got cut off, and the lady in the masquerade mask is actually working the computer software with the robots attached to it to get him back to, I guess, as normal as he gonna be. It goes to this flashback with a young Arias, and he's in a house with his drunk ass daddy. He's trying to show his dad some blueprints, some drawings or something, and his dad just backhands him. What an asshole, man. Who does that to their child? Okay, so Virgil, Dante, and Lady, they go through the portal. Virgil is telling Lady and Dante, hey, Don't interfere. Y'all got 22 hours before y'all's master takes over everything. Dante and Lady are confused as hell. They don't know what the hell Virgil is talking about right now. Then Virgil tells them exactly what the Arcana really is and the reason why Arius needed the Arcanas. Because of course, he wants to rise up Argosax and basically take over Makai. Virgil tells them that Arius is bringing back Argosax in order to kill Mundus and to purge both realms in the flames of chaos. So now we got Virgil and Dante going back and forth about their father Sparta's intentions as far as keeping Earth and Hell separated by creating that barrier. So there's this hybrid solar eclipse happening the next day. So they decide that, look, if we can get one of the Arcanas away from Arius, then that 22-hour time span when they're supposed to release Argosax, that won't happen. So their plan is to find Arius, take at least one of the Arcanas, keep it from him for those 22 hours, and let the eclipse go away, and then they won't be able to resurrect Argosax. Okay, so then it goes back to a young Arius and his one-legged crippled daddy, and he's saying that God has condemned all of us. He's throwing bottles at Arius. Listen, that is some real PTSD stuff going on, man. That's why Arius is crazy as hell, and he's supporting the god of chaos. Who supports a god of chaos, man? Argosax. So it goes back to present times, and it looks like they are creating a robotic arm for Arius. So Arius is gonna be part Terminator, y'all. So they end up catching Arkham on one of the cameras before she shoots it down, and the lady with the red hair, she's asking if they should release the experiments on them, which are these monster looking things, and he's like, hey, I'll just meet you down there. That's what Arius says. And now we got the president. He is sweating, looking nervous, and he's asking about Arius and Baines. See, he's hoping that they're dead. Remember, he made that deal with Virgil. So as the president is leaving, about to make this statement that Arius and his vice president Baines is dead, guess what happens? Darkcom troops roll up inside of the office, and here comes Baines, and the president is shook. And then Arius gets on the television and tells his Secret Service agents and tells Darkcom that the president is a traitor. He's playing this recording, basically airing him completely out, exposing him. It's a recording of the president and Virgil's conversation about the location of the Arcana. Yo, then the president starts airing out Arius and Baines' dirty laundry about the White Rabbit not even being a demon. And then we got the Secret Service agents and we got the Darkcom agents. They looking like what to do. They start panicking and start shooting at each other. And guess what? President Hopper ends up getting shot dead. All right, so Virgil, Dante, and Arkham end up going inside of this room. I guess this is where the location of the Arcana is at. It's like this trophy collection memorabilia type of room. And then Arkham comes across this mirror that's basically making her hallucinate with the White Rabbit. That's what I'm taking from this. And then it makes her start hallucinating about her past with her mom getting bit by this vampire, and she starts to go inside of this mirror, and Dante has to pull her out. So Virgil explains to them that it's actually a gateway to the oracles of Makai. Okay, so then it goes back to the young Arius, and Arius got sick and tired of getting abused by his daddy, so he finds this broken liquor bottle and he starts going in on his daddy. I mean, he cut his daddy all the way up until he just bled the hell out. He straight murdered him, y'all. And at the same time, Arius is getting his robotic arm attached to his shoulder. Now, this is what I just realized. The young Arius was trying to come up with a blueprint to have a prosthetic leg for his father, and his father basically took those designs and threw them in fire. So that's what he gets. So after Arius's robotic arm is attached, him and Argo Sax are having a conversation talking about it's been 28 lifetimes, but we finally gather all the arcanas, and then Argo Sax is telling Arius that he's going to use his body as a vessel for him to come back. Argo Sax is like every law, every nature, and then Argo Sax is like every law, all of nature and civilization is going to get burned to ash. This dude is evil. Why would you serve him? Okay, so Dante, Virgil, and Lady have reached the Arcana room. That's what I'm gonna call it. And what's happening? As soon as Dante gets close, it's like this lightning force field surrounds the Arcanas, and here comes the lady with the red hair and the masquerade mask, and she got two other minions beside her. They're dressed just like her, and I guess we about to get to it. So Dante is trying to tell, the chick with the mask, hey, let's just pretend like he wasn't here. Maybe you went on a coffee break or something, right? Well, she takes Dante and swings him around, and he lands on his feet, and Lady is like, okay, I guess it's showtime. She pulls out her gun, bow, shoots one of the minions right in the head. Damn, her head blew off her shoulders. So Lady hit her with an anti-demon bullet. So these women are demons, okay? And if Arkham hits any of them, they are out of there. Then the masquerade lady snaps her fingers, and you got these robotic looking demons on these platforms, and they are getting closer and closer to where Lady, Dante, and Virgin are. She tells them to attack, and now they are jumping down. It's about to go down. Woo! Lady is bucking out. She's shooting them down, and all right, Dante pulls out Ebony and Ivory. He's shooting them off of the platform, and then we got Virgil with his sword out, slicing them up. Yo, oh my goodness. It's so many of them too, and they handling them. Lady is blowing them to smithereens. She's in the air because she got these boosters on her boots, so she flying all over the place. Yo, and then the masquerade lady comes from behind Lady. Hey, and Lady tells her, whatever you are, you don't have to follow Arius's orders. You don't have to be like me, right? Well, the lady is like, well, I am better than you. So Virgil and Dante decide to do this capture the flag strategy to split up these mechanical demons, right? So they're all running in separate directions. And what's Virgil doing? Virgil jumps off of the wall. He opens up a portal. He opens up two portals, actually. And then he's going through, well, he was about to go through a portal, but one of the demon ladies ends up, knocking him away from the portal. And we got Dante getting ready to go through the portal, but he ends up getting pulled back by the other demon lady. And now they fighting. Oh, that one kicks Dante into Virgil. And now we also got Lady and the masquerade lady fighting. And then Lady ends up taking out the demon ladies, one of the demon ladies, and she ends up getting kicked on the same platform that Virgil and Dante are on. This is so fast paced. So the masquerade lady tells the mechanical demons to attack, right? Well, Virgil is in front of Lady and Dante, and he opens up this portal right when Dante and Lady are about to attack the mechanical demons, and they go straight through the portal, y'all. Hey, and then Virgil tells them the children's game is over. And then Virgil starts putting in work on the demon ladies, the clone ladies, and the mechanical demons. And then Arius pulls up. He sends a beam at Virgil, but Virgil blocks it. Hey, Virgil is still putting in work on these mechanical demons, y'all. But it looks like he's fatigued. We got the masquerade lady trying to attack him from behind, but he evades. He's cornered right now. And as more mechanical demons try to rush in and attack Virgil, Virgil disappears, ends up behind Arius, and tries to swipe him with his sword, but Arius blocks it with his mechanical arm. So Arius is asking Virgil, why do you insist on being Mundus's slave? Is it because you didn't get the attention your father should have given you? And Virgil is like, I will never turn against Mundus. And then Arius is like, okay, in that case, and then his other hand starts glowing, and then all of a sudden you just see Virgil just basically disintegrate. Now we got Lady over here about to get hit by 18-wheeler, and thank God Dante is right there to step in front of it, stick his arm out to slow it down and to keep her from becoming roadkill. So check this out. Arius goes to activate all 4 pieces of the Arcana, right? So all of them activate except for the coin Arcana. Now, the reason why the coin ain't activated is because Dante was able to switch it out whenever he was trying to go through the portal that Virgil opened up for him. So he swapped it out, and at the same time, Lady is down on herself because she was like, this was the only time for me to redeem myself, right? Well, Dante is like, well, you can, and he pulls out the actual Arcana, and he was like, we can do this together, we can still save the world. And she pulls him close and starts kissing him, and the episode ends. What a roller coaster ride this episode was, and we gotta find out if Virgil is dead or not, but we will in the next episode. So do me a favor, like the video, sub to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.